Johnson holding an update on the city's response to the COVID-19 crisis. Here it is.
For several reasons. As we're experiencing unusually hot weather, we encourage you to stay indoors whenever possible and to stay hydrated. The city has activated our standing plans to protect our colleagues that work outside. Likewise, we expect our working horses to be pulled off the street again today and probably several times during the coming week. COVID-19 cases are spiking in our community. While the number of people tested in Chatham County has increased, so has the percentage of positive tests. If a higher percentage of people are testing positive, that is an indicator that the outbreak is worsening regardless of how many are tested. The increased number of COVID-19 cases has also hit close to home for the city of Savannah. Within the last week, 7 of our city employees, 7 of our friends, our colleagues, our brothers and sisters have been diagnosed with COVID-19, bringing the total number of city employees to 9 during this pandemic. We are still asking you to keep 6 feet between you and others, to wash your hands regularly, and to wear a mask when you are around other people. Our instructions has not changed. We keep the faith, but we follow the science. If you want a COVID-19 test, the Coastal Health District is hosting pop-up testing today and Thursday. You can get tested today until 1 p.m. at Compassion Christian Church, located at 555 Al Henderson Boulevard. You can also get tested on Thursday, July the 2nd, from 9:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. at the Carver Heights or Carver Village Community Center, located at 905 Colat Street, Colat, C-O-L-L-A-T Street in Carver Village. Yesterday, the testing site at Sally Moo Drive hit capacity in 15 minutes. So please be aware that set schedules are subject to change based on availability. In city business, we are inviting the public to learn more about the Canal District Master Plan by participating in one of 3 virtual meetings. The first Zoom meeting is tomorrow, Wednesday, July the 1st at 2 o'clock p.m. You can find the Zoom link to participate on the city's Facebook page. The other 2 meetings are scheduled for Tuesday, July the 7th at 6 p.m. and Thursday, July the 16th at 10 o'clock a.m. If you're unable to attend one of these virtual meetings, you can call 912-429-3364, 912-429-3364, or email planning@savannahga.gov, planning@savannahga.gov for additional information on how to learn more about the Canal District Master Plan. Yesterday was the last day our search firm accepted applications for the next Savannah City Manager. There were 84 applicants as of last weekend, and we expect to have a final number later today, provided Mr. Monahan does not change his mind. On the state level, I joined 9 other mayors from cities across Georgia asking the Georgia General Assembly to repeal the state's Stand Your Ground law. Under Georgia's Stand Your Ground laws, a person can say that they acted in self-defense and they have no duty to retreat during a confrontation with someone else. And we know that this law has a disproportionate impact on communities of color. Shootings are 11 times more likely to be deemed justified when the shooter is white and the victim is black. Now, let's be clear. If someone has entered your home or your property, they're threatening you or your family, you have the right to protect yourself, your family, and your property. So that's not what this is about. If they enter into my house, it's going to be a problem. But the problem really lies in the law as it's written in the public space. That the law essentially says that you shoot first and ask questions later. There's no duty to retreat. If I could avoid it, then the law should say I have a duty to avoid it. That I should not say, well, I'm standing my ground and we'll just, fight this out in court. It doesn't work like that. So this is not responsible, particularly considering what we are facing across the nation in 2020. I believe that our lawmakers can strike the right balance between protecting persons, family, and property, and vigilantism. And so that's what this is about. We're not trying to take anybody's rights away at all. But I think this is an appropriate time in our nation's history and our state's history to start putting everything on the table and reevaluating. So I urge our state lawmakers to take this issue up when they reconvene in January. Pull the data, discuss it, deliberate, debate it, and look at the law through our current lens. This weekend, we will celebrate Independence Day. City offices will be closed on Friday in observance of the holiday. But this Independence Day will be different. We will not be having fireworks as we usually do. And we are asking people, wherever possible, please, big groups is not the way to go. Also, fireworks. Fireworks are particularly disturbing to me because not only are they dangerous and very difficult for our law enforcement to enforce, but they disrupt neighborhoods and they cause hours of distress for many of our neighbors, particularly our elderly and our children, those suffering with PTSD and other disabilities, and of course our pets. And I will tell you that this goes on late into the night. Our police department receives many calls and can't get to them in time. State law limits the city's ability to regulate fireworks, so unfortunately there's not much we can do at this time. I'm hoping that the Savannah City Council will consider the local regulation of fireworks on our legislative agenda for the next General Assembly session. Currently, state law bans fireworks on roads and highways and within 100 yards of a hospital, nursing home, or gas station. And according to state law, fireworks are only allowed between 10 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. And we know that is not the case. Savannah Fire also suggests using alternatives for fireworks like glow sticks or red, white, and blue silly string, especially for kids. Fireworks are still combustible. Fireworks are still dangerous. Particularly to me, guns are not an alternative to fireworks. Please do not shoot guns in the air. This is not how you celebrate, and it is not a celebration. It is dangerous and criminal. What goes up must come down. And when you shoot into the air, you cannot control where that bullet lands. Please remember that we're still in a pandemic. Before you plan a big 4th of July party with your friends, family, or neighborhood. I'm not hanging out with too much of anybody this 4th of July. I'll watch it on TV. Finally, this morning, I sent a letter to Governor Brian Kemp informing him of my decision to issue an emergency order to mandate face coverings in the public space in the city of Savannah effective 8:00 a.m. on Wednesday, July the 1st, until further notice. This emergency order will be taken up, approved, or modified by the Savannah City Council at our next regularly scheduled meeting. Frankly and honestly, I do not believe that we have any other choice. Let's just look at the facts. last week, Chatham County had 301 new infections, which is a new record. Last Friday, we were at 999, and we have already far exceeded that. We had a 125% increase in new infections from May to June, which is a new record. Our 7-day rolling average is 43, which is a new record. And our 14-day rolling average is 33, which is a new record. Remember, it was just a few weeks ago, we were planning to move to phase 2 of our Safer City reopening plan. And that goal was 6. And here we are at our 14-day of 33 and our 7-day of 43. The numbers speak for themselves. These are not the records that Savannah wants or needs to break. And this necessitates a substantial paradigm shift and corresponding drastic action to keep Savannah safe during these very delicate times. We believe that this order is complementary and not in conflict with Governor Kemp's order and consistent with our shared desire to keep our citizens safe. We are hoping that as our governor travels throughout the state in the coming days, that he will find the city of Savannah compliant with his desire that we wear masks. Also, as indicated yesterday, this trend is troubling to the governor as he has extended his current orders. Simply put, all persons entering a commercial establishment in the city must wear a face covering or mask while inside the establishment. This does not apply to religious establishments in our city, although most are closed anyway, but face coverings are recommended during religious activity. All restaurants, retail stores, salons, grocery stores, and pharmacies in the city must require their employees to wear a face covering at all times while having face-to-face interactions with the public. Any person who is unable to safely wear a face covering due to age, an underlying health condition, or is unable to remove the mask covering without the assistance of others is exempt from this order. Now, we'll leave it to you to determine how you demonstrate that, either to one of our law enforcement officers or to a judge. Face coverings are not required in personal vehicles. When a person is alone in enclosed spaces during outdoor physical activity, provided that the active person maintains a minimum of 6 feet from other people with whom they do not cohabitate at all times. Face coverings are not required when a person is alone or only with other household members. Face coverings are not required when drinking, eating, or smoking. Face coverings are not required when wearing a face covering causes or aggravates a demonstrated health condition. And again, verification of that may be necessary. Face coverings are not required when wearing a face covering will prevent the receipt of personal services. And face coverings are not required when a person is 10 years of age or younger. Any person who fails to comply with this order shall be guilty of a civil infraction punishable by a fine up to $500 pursuant to Section 3-3015 of the City Code. The entire emergency order will be made shortly after my signing it this morning. As many of you know, I have struggled with this issue for weeks because it's a difficult decision to make, balancing the right of personal freedom with the need for public safety. The right of someone not to be mandated to wear a face covering, but the responsibility of each Savannian and those within our gates to protect our neighbor. Who is our neighbor? not only the person that lives next door to us or in our community, but it's also that daycare professional, that teacher, that grocery store clerk, that CAT bus driver, that city employee, that Uber driver, that hotel clerk, that member of the media, that reporter, that server. We are our own neighbors. And as I've stated before, my mask does not protect me. My mask protects you. So I need you to wear your mask to protect me, because I care enough about you to wear a mask to protect you. Let's be very clear, and I'm glad to see Alderman Nick Palumbo has joined us. The purpose of this order is compliance, not punishment. Our intention is long-term progress, not short-term pleasure. Before we cite you, we will offer you a face covering. So again, this is not to be punitive. We will offer you a face covering. If you refuse to wear it and can't demonstrate a reason why you shouldn't wear it, that's a different issue altogether. We have witnessed tours of various means and modes all across our city, and I'm asking our tour operators and those in our hospitality industry, we need your help to insist absolutely in the wearing of face coverings. No face coverings, no service. And I'm asking our visitors, our guests, to understand where we are coming from. You're coming to our city. We are giving you our very best. We're giving you the best in hospitality. We're giving you the best in history. We're giving you the best in food. We're giving you the best in beverages. We're giving you the best in service. We're giving you this from the best city in the world. We pride ourselves on being the hospitality city, the hostess city of the South. We pride ourselves on being excellent hosts. The least you can do for your gracious host is to proactively take measures to protect us after you have left us. And many of our visitors know they're coming from places where masks are currently mandatory. So they get it. Just understand we're just trying to be safe so you can come back and visit us again soon.